Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. We are on Aquilo. We are dealing with Aquilo. I think I'm beginning to see why some people really don't like Aquilo. So, a couple of things. First of all, you will notice that all of my roboports are gone. You will notice that my requester chests and so on are all saying, oh, I don't have a roboport here. Because, yeah, I literally ran out of ice. I mean, literally, I was waiting for things to settle and tweaking this and tweaking that. And suddenly I realized that I didn't have a speck of ice anywhere. So I have scouted around and I have brought back all the ice. But I don't get to put any of the ice into the reactor until I have worked out a way to make ice. So that's where we are. Now, I also want to automate making these guys, ice platforms. So I have some ice platforms on me, I have some concrete on me, I have some ice on me that I will use. And I thought, well, instead of having the square be from center point to center point, I will put the square where this covers the electricity. I chopped it off there so I would save some. Well, the recipes I'm looking for. First of all, we need to use ice melting up on the reactor. We've got that. I want to use ammoniacal solution separation. This takes ammoniacal solution, which we pump out of the ocean there, and it gives us ice and ammonia, and that is perfect. Now we want to take that. I did a little bit of pawing around while I was trying to work out how the hell to get out of this situation. And we want to make ice platforms, and that takes ice and ammonia. Now, there's not quite a balance here. This takes 50 ice and 400 ammonia. And this ammoniacal solution here produces 5 ice and 50 ammonia. So this will slowly give us a little bit more ammonia than we can use here. Now what else can we do? We can make solid fuel from ammonia. So if we get ammonia and crude oil, what do we have up here? We have some crude oil, so I just need to get crude oil from over here. So I am thinking that maybe what I'll do, instead of doing it down there, is I'll do this up here. Yeah. So let's cut this back to here. There we go. That will get us a whole bunch of this stuff. I can still use my personal robots, I just can't do anything that uses base power for this. I want to recover everything possible on the theory that there might be some ice platform. There's some ice platform. There we go. Ice platform is precious right now. Concrete isn't really that precious, but the concrete is over ice platform. Okay, so now I come up here and we can grab my Aquilo blueprint, and I'm going to put the subfloor down like that, and that will put the right things in the right places. And there's some oil. I'm going to see if I can put down one more up here. Yes, I can. How about that? Okay, so we can pump in the ammoniacal solution. We've got a place where we can get some oil. Now, to preface all of this, I am not a fan of C-block, and that's essentially what we're doing here. So I'm kind of putting up with this. So ammoniacal solution. Where is my offshore pump? I know I've got a stack of them here. Okay, so you, when you get warmed up, you will make some ammoniacal solution. Just going to bring you up there. Okay, we do not need to warm the offshore pump. They just work like a champ. This guy is too cold. You're not currently working. This guy thinks it's 52, 44, 35. How long does it take for that to warm up? I don't know. I'm going to see if it stabilizes. So you're going to be turning out the ammoniacal solution and the ice. Okay, so we're going to get the ice out on an inserter. We can make solid fuel. We can make ammonia rocket fuel. This requires solid fuel and water. So this is kind of going to be later in the product line. And lithium we're not making yet. Okay. So I'm still looking at how we're going to put this together. I think I'm going to anchor this up in this corner like this. I am going to toss in another one of these. Okay, so that produced some heat, and now we are melting out this way. It looks like 30C is the tipping point, and there's a gradient across these guys. I guess it has to melt all of this. Okay. Let's set this to T less than 100. Okay, so this is loading it. I just have to set T properly. So we'll have to tune T. So with T tuned properly, we should get rocket fuel in here, turning this up. And we do have rocket fuel being provided by here. If it is being requested here. We have everything being requested. Okay, that's kind of dangerous. I'm going to cut down our request size until we've got things going. We're going to turn this back down to 1x the load. Oops. There. So we won't be putting as much inventory in because we don't have the storage chests available to us yet. So there's ice coming out. Oh, I need to do something to... we'll do something with the hot stuff elsewhere. This guy can potentially produce 5 ice per second. We're going to do that. Okay. Now, when the sun goes down, we lose power. I'm sorry, it's the way it is. See, we can't even begin to charge things up. These guys are just, they're running at 1%. So, like I said, I will put in ice when I've got a source of ice up here that's working. Oh, I know what to do here. You are going to dump yourself out into a red box. And you are going to come out like that. Iron box. Like that. I don't know why I'm insisting on a box. Okay, we've got a belt and we've got a pipe. We need to think about how we're going to do this. Okay, that's bad. That comes in the middle, which means we're like kind of locked in like that. Okay, we need that pulled in there. I'm going to get this warmed up like this. So trying to work out how this comes together properly. I think this is the right way to do it. We've got the inserter here, pulling in the ice from this belt. Got heat here. What if this, oops, escape, Control Z. Oh, that's a possibility right there. It doesn't allow heat to get to the left-hand side, though. Take the whole thing, move it over by 1. Okay, we just got another delivery. We haven't got everything in that we want yet. Oh, this math is going to be wrong, isn't it? I think what I need to do right now is sever these links because we don't have the quantities coming in from here. Ah. Add section. I'm not sure what all it's sending down, but this is all I'm going to be requesting into here. And we'll just hold with one import set into here, and that's it. Done. There we go. That's what I should have done instead of messing around with this. So net shortfall on the red wire and another rocket load on the green wire. But we're using this instead. And this is going to be request that we load up this guy to these levels. So we're not doing anything with these guys out here at the moment. Okay. Back to this. I am going to just put that in and we're going to go for it. You do not have the power to run. So I am going to set you up so you always bring us up to 500C for now. I could keep these guys going. Oh. Yeah, I could. Let's flip this. Okay, so now I can unify these two. So the reactors are now heating the base. I wasn't going to do that, but here we go. We need to have... Don't trash unrequested. I'm going to put in a whole bunch of fuel. Same with you. Don't trash unrequested. Add fuel. So those should be good for a while. And the check mark is going to be at 600C. So when we get down to below 600, this guy starts to move. I think with our current power, we'll get it there before we go down below 500. So all we're doing here is we're keeping things warm. We don't have any water to heat yet. Okay, so these guys are running now. Okay, so with all of those, this says we don't have enough ice to run the platforms that are there. That's okay. I want extra ice coming out. So if we were doing everything right, we'd be using up all of our ammonia, but we would be oversubscribed on the ice. Okay. I am going to put a tank in here to hold the ammonia. So excess ammonia. And you are going to come out to here where I am going to load you into a box, which is a provider chest. So we now have a source of ice. And it's not a lot of ice. Supposedly 3 ice per minute. Well, if this guy's running at full speed, that's pretty good. Okay, let's put efficiency modules in, everybody. I'm not lighting things up quite yet. Okay. You guys go away. So the only things we are doing... Okay, so we now have a source of ice. So now I can go and put in some ice here. If I've kept things warm enough... See, we got some water. What I want to be able to do is have a stash of water here. So if we don't get ice delivered, if we don't get ice delivered to the requester chest, up. There we go. And we now have power. Huzzah! 19 megawatts. Okay, so now let's get stable. Let's get our roboports put back in place. Let's just do one. You go there. I'm going to put a stack of each kind of robot, and they're going to start doing things. Now with roboport coverage reestablished, I can now use these guys as my requests. So here's our shortfall. Oh, wait a minute. No, we can't do that yet. I haven't hooked this back up. We need to hook this up so these know what our stock is. And this says we have everything we need if we are just doing one import. Let's shift over to it. Okay. Now if I hit trash unrequested, that will have the robots take it out of here when it's no longer requested. But I want to do more than that. So this is where I thought I was going to be before I started this episode. But because I needed to do a real build, building this stuff, this is where we're stopping. This is where we're starting here. Okay, so you and you need to put stuff into a box. I am going to do that. Okay, limit our stuff. You are going to enable if everything is less than 400. That just makes it real easy for me. Now, this guy, so let's just do this. Because I'm lazy. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm really not liking the whole heat pipe thing. Now, if I sever this, we now have the power area. So these guys are providing heat for power. Okay. And the rest of the base is taking its heat from here. Now, in theory, we don't need to keep the rest of the base as hot as the reactors. So in theory, we burn less fuel doing this. I am thinking that that was a bad idea. So I am going to get rid of all of this. It's extra complexity where we don't need it. So these reactors are going to keep everybody happy. Now, we are collecting... Hold on, where are you going? Do we have someplace where... Oh, I'm requesting it in, aren't I? I've got ice that I've requested in here. It's trash unrequested. I'm going to put in 3 more of these. There we go. So now we have more robots in our logistic network than we can keep charged. That's okay. I am now going to wait for this to stabilize. We have a source of ice. We have a source of this. I am requesting in 1,000 platforms. Let's make that 100, that's 200 platforms. Yeah. 200 platforms and say 200 concrete. At this point, all the robots are going to have to move things around. So I'm going to go on and pause the recording. And when we come back, either everything will have been filed by the robots or something catastrophic may have happened. So we will see. And we're back. So things went pretty well. I finished up a Mark II. So the same design, I just took out the missiles. So you are cleared for interplanet work. I just need to wait for everything to get together, and we need to take off these guys once we have some water. So for now, let's not have you depart from Novice. So this guy's just going to do a circle, Novice, Vulcanus, Gleba, Fulgora, and it carries the imports for all of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have several of these running around, and it's going to replace all of our other stuff. It also means that we won't be putting things down on Novice, only to pick them up and move them somewhere else once we get these running. But I can't fix these yet. Actually, I could. So I'm going to rename this Import Direct. So you are going to be coming from Vulcanus. And you are coming from Vulcanus. I'm just going to go down through these guys where I was overriding it. I think we're going to take cliff explosives from Vulcanus. They use calcite to make, don't they? So probably nicer if I pick them up on Vulcanus, as long as I'm going around. Okay, you import direct. So the import direct ones are going to be, don't go to Novice first. One downside of these is going to be if several planets want the same thing, we're going to pick it up, but the first planet that asks for some is going to get all of them. You are on Fulgora. You are on Fulgora. I think the rest of these are good. Vulcanus, you're coming directly from Fulgora, as are you. In fact, I'm going to put your quantities back up to 20 and 20. So, yeah, we're going to end up stocking those back up on Vulcanus for when we want to continue expansion. And these guys, of course, are all just, you know, the right place. So you're all set up. Any water yet? No water yet. What else did I do? I started building this guy. So he's all laid out, and he will be getting launches to fill him out over time. I literally did that just before I started recording. I figured I would need one more. And I took the Courier for the fuel, and I decided to let you go. Looks like you are making your way neatly. Yes. So we get here. And we are going to be waiting in orbit around Aquilo until we have sent down all of our uranium fuel cells. And notice we are not waiting for requests to be satisfied here because we do not intend to wait for 500 depleted uranium. So that's good. Oh, I don't need to be looking at you anymore. And taxi, Aquilo Transit is my new taxi, isn't it? Oh well, we may come back and use this guy again. But these square guys are going to start going away. It may help our UPS if I get rid of them, but we'll cross that bridge later. So here we have no requests. Let's turn this back up. We want 5 import loads, not just one. And we have them. So clearly we got a lot of things delivered to us, and everything is down in these boxes down here. It's not intended for me to be able to find things. It's intended for my robots to find things. We go up here. This guy is waiting on ice because this is full. So yeah, we turn out a little bit of excess of this guy. What if I look up this and see, what are you used in? Well, we're used in ammonia via with crude oil, making solid fuel. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to put one in here. How are we going to warm that right there? There. Oh, we don't have a choice here. Okay. If I do that, let's see, that would be one of these guys. Like that. That would be in there. So these do heat on the diagonal. You are making solid fuel. And down here, I'm going to want to make rocket fuel. We'll have to scale this up at some point. You're going to need water. To I make water parasitically off of him? I think I can. Okay, so you will get ice. Oh, this is going to be the wrong thing. You need to get ice from this guy. And you need solid fuel from this guy. I'm not doing too good at organizing this, am I? This is painful. This down one more? Yeah. So that still leaves, how do I get heat to this guy in here? Good God. I hope this gives this guy ice when he needs it. Okay, and red box there. So one of the reasons why I don't like C-block and C-block style things is that I'm no good at constraining my size cleverly. Now in this case, I think we have a bit more in the way of ice platform available to us. So it's not as bad as a true sea block, so maybe we're okay. Everything less than 400, we're reducing to him, that's good. What I want to be able to do is I want to be able to ditch half of this. Okay, so we're half and half. I can ditch just that 12. We still have this stuff that allows us to let these guys go. Admittedly, this is turning these out slowly, but if things are stable, I have no trouble with just, letting things go for a while. So you've created solid fuel, which is going to here. You need water. For some reason, it has the wrong stuff in it. There we go. And this is going to produce the occasional rocket fuel. It's going to go in there. And we had a way of burning rocket fuel down here, didn't we? But I took it away because it was drawing out of here. And I need it to draw out of a requester chest. We also have rocket fuel like this. So you are use filters. Solid fuel. Logistic network. So if less than say 1,000 solid fuel. So we'll have rocket fuel and solid fuel being produced into our logistics network. Now, I just realized that this needs to be between these two. And it needs to be a buffer chest. Which means this needs to go up 2 more. Let's work it out. Okay, so we got 2 inserters like that. We have a buffer chest in the middle. Buffer chest is going to be requesting a certain amount of solid fuel in, say 200. Okay. This is going to be moving only solid fuel. And your condition is that the amount of solid fuel in the logistics network is less than 2,000. And this, the condition is the amount of solid fuel in the logistic network is greater than 200. There we go. This will keep anywhere from 200 to 2,000 solid fuel available for us. Okay, you are using rocket fuel, and your logistic network condition, remember we have 20 to a stack, so that's 200 per row. So this says if rocket fuel is less than 800, we will produce it. We've got significantly more than that, but that does give us a way to make rocket fuel and solid fuel. And I've got a way to come in here and dump excess fluid if we get any. And this needs to go up like that. Or like that. There we go. Okay. So if I wanted, I could put the heater back. But I would want to be fueling it from rocket fuel that I request in. Let's do that. I'm going to put it all the way up here. I still think I ought to be able to keep this down around 80. Oh, I can scatter ones around like this all over the place that are programmed to put it in if it's lower than 50. Okay. And request in a small amount, and you just toss these in wherever. You don't worry about the gradient. Trash unrequested. Western buffer chests. We are bringing in some rocket fuel. Just like that. Let's sever that. And I'm going to toss one of you up here. You up there. Okay. So that'll handle any gradient across my temperatures. Now currently the base heaters are still nice and high, so we're not worried about that too much. Oh, read temperature and fuel. There we go. So now again, we are going to be waiting. What I want to do is I want to wait until the heat pipes for the heating towers have cooled off. I want to verify that this stays nice and hot and this gets cooler. And there are already 200 C difference here. This will stretch our nuclear fuel farther. And I'm hoping that this will be enough rocket fuel here to keep those going. The alternative is we can also put in solid fuel. Now, let's see, what's the difference? Solid fuel is 12 megajoules each, and rocket fuel is 100 megajoules each. So how many solid fuel per rocket fuel? 10 solid fuel. Hold on. Check this again. Solid fuel is 10 megajoules. 10 of them should be 100 megajoules. Now solid fuel is 12. So we're losing fuel value by going to rocket fuel here. So these guys need to burn solid fuel by preference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this guy. So if you are lower than 30, we're going to bring in the rocket fuel. And if you're lower than 50, we're going to bring in the solid fuel. I just need to get the second one in on this guy and on this guy. There we go. So yeah, rocket fuel to bring you up to 30. So rocket fuel if you're super chill. Actually, rocket fuel up to 40. And then we'll use solid fuel to try to bring it up to 50. So what'll happen is we'll use both of them until we get just to the right spot. Then the solid fuel will tend to bring it up to 50 and will handle a little bit of jet or so. It'll mostly be solid fuel. So I am wondering, if I put prod modules in here, is there anything else I can do this in? Chemical plants and so cryogenic plants are going to be cool. We're going to want to go for cryogenic plants when we can. I believe they have a productivity bonus. Doesn't say. Maybe they don't. Does have, I think, a faster crafting speed. Yeah, it's twice the crafting speed. Crafting speed 1, crafting speed 2. Much higher fuel consumption. And maybe we stick with chemical plants on these for efficiency and use the cryo plants when we need the speed. Oh, 8 module slots? Okay, well, that means I can put a lot of prod modules in. So if I put productivity in here, okay, so plus 38% productivity. So now if we look at the timing on the lower right, 0.69 becomes 0.9. So that is 0.09, sorry. Is that right? Hold on. 0.09. So that's 7.6 to 1 for a fuel ratio of 10, 100 divided by 12, 8.3. So with the productivity modules in here, it's slightly better to use this. Okay, then let's not worry about using solid fuel in these guys. As long as I have prod modules in there, it's fine. Power is okay as long as the nuclear power is running. It's 46. Yeah, 46.5 megawatts. That's assuming I actually have enough water to do it. We have the power to do it. It's assuming we have the water. We've got speed modules on here. We're good. So our temperature isn't decreasing very much. That's good. means that the base as a whole holds heat. It means I can't test it. You are stopped because you have not enough ammonia input. Okay, we need these guys to suck up more ice, which means I need to do more of this. This is enabled. Oh, these can't produce because they don't have ammonia. We just literally need to suck up ice. What can I do with ice? Used in ice platform, which requires ammonia, which we used ammonia for other things. Oh, that's our problem, was that we used ammonia for all of this stuff. What I need to do is make these guys conditional on having enough ammonia. So we're only going to make you if the ammonia is better than the tank full. And same thing there. That in mind, I am going to raise this limit so we can continue producing. The idea is that I only want to build this greater than. Okay, I only want to make the rocket fuel when we have ammonia left over after doing these things. So we've got this balancing act going on now, I guess, where we have to use the exact same amount, or the exact right balance between ammonia and ice. So I need a way to be able to get rid of excess ice or get rid of excess ammonia, either one. Well, we're turning excess ammonia into rocket fuel. But we're also counting on rocket fuel for heat. That's silly. That's dangerous, actually. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I can't reliably assure that my base will stay heated if I do that. So what we need to do now is, if we have excess rocket fuel, we need to burn it. But this isn't something to get us heat. This is something we do because we have to burn rocket fuel. So this is going to say logistic network connect, and if the amount of rocket fuel is greater than 800, then burn it. These guys are 50 per, so that is 500, so 2,000. So this is going to be solid fuel. Filters are solid fuel. And the condition is, if the amount of solid fuel is greater than 400, whoops, not 400, 500, 2,000. Then it's going to get burned. Here, we are importing rocket fuel. I'm going to knock this down so it's 100 per trip. So that'll be 500 that'll bring us up to. Now these will help, give us heat. And in fact, they will help out the power situation as well. But now if we don't actually burn anything in these guys, they'll be okay. I don't know if this is going to be able to keep our quantities of solid fuel and rocket fuel down or not. We are saying 2K. So if we have more than 200 solid fuel, we're turning it into rocket fuel. That's okay. And we are accumulating very slowly. It says 400, that's 100, so that's 1,000. I am going to keep this going until we have 2,000 of the platforms. Is there anything about this base that is going to cause me trouble? So we're importing nuclear fuel. Let's actually put right mouse button on you. You're in orbit and you have fuel that you can send down when you're ready, and you'll go back and get more when you've sent down. Oh. We don't want to download and send down all the cargo. Less than or equal to 50. So we get down to 50 or lower, we'll be done in Aquilo. Nuclear reload, this doesn't force it until we're there. I'm going to allow interrupting other interrupts there. We'll always have 100 at least when we come back. And this is going to be 150 here. And on Aquilo, are we handling our fuel here? We're just doing the 150. Okay, so we're not going to excess on the fuel. Good. So I think the fuel loop is good. We are conditionally burning away solid fuel and rocket fuel, which means we're keeping the quantity down here. We are not keeping the quantity of ice down. If we back up on ice, we stop producing ammonia, but that's okay. We're not depending on these for anything yet. So the whole purpose of this thing is to turn out this guy. I think that's working. Okay, so what is the next science we need to do? Here. Craft lithium plate. Okay, so lithium plate is made from lithium in a furnace. Well, that's easy. Okay, I am going to assume that we are good to go for our extensions here. If we're not good to go, I am going to wait until we are. That's going to take a while. Okay, but we can do the lithium plate. I believe I have requested some of those, so we're going to get this. Okay. I'm going to request in some of that lithium that I've been picking up. We haven't mined it yet, but we've got a whole bunch available. We had a whole bunch available. Oh, come on. I picked up a whole bunch when I was mining. Why was it saying? Oh, because I wasn't inside. I wasn't inside the logistic network. It wasn't that there was none. Okay. That's better. I'm going to dump you in there. Now, lithium. Oh, no. I have to import Holmium Plate. Oh. As if there were any more critical resource. Is there any other way to make lithium? We need lithium to make 180 degrees C fluoroketone and lithium plate. Oh, good God. Okay, but at least we know how to make cryogenic plants now, right? How do we make cryogenic plants? Cryogenic plants use lithium plate. Oh, good God. Can I make lithium plate elsewhere? If I export lithium, okay, if I export lithium to somewhere else, I can bring back the lithium plate. That's really freaking silly. No, lithium. Oh, right. Ammonia and lithium brine. So import the, okay. So there's nothing I can export somewhere else to have it combined with Holmium plate. So we have to import the Holmium plate, combine it with lithium brine and ammonia, and we get 5 lithium. So that's not bad. It's a 1:5 ratio. Holmium plate stacks nicely. So there's just the problem that I don't have like thousands of Holmium plate to spare. Or do I? Okay, let's pretend that I could export Holmium plate. That allows me to make lithium, which allows me to make lithium plate in electric furnaces. So we need holmium, we need superconductors, refined concrete. Like we're just importing all of this shit to make cryogenic plants. Okay, superconductor, refined concrete. Yeah, okay. Holmium plate, 200 per batch. Superconductor, 200 per batch. Supercapacitor, 200 per batch. I think I am going to go from novice to Aquilo via Fulgora. Okay, let's set this up. Circuit condition. Rockets. So 400 rockets. And 400 bananas. And all requests satisfied. We are not unloading on Fulgora. So we'll pick up that stuff on Fulgora. I don't even know if we need supercapacitors. We need to make any of these. We don't need to make any of those. We do not need supercaps. We do need superconductors, though, because they're used to make cryogenic plants. Okay, the other thing is we need to make sure we have plenty of processing units. I am going to just set this up 400 at a time. A rocket load is 2,000, so that will work. These guys, a rocket load is 1,000, so we're going to do 200 at a time. And these guys, a rocket load is 300. So we'll do 100 at a time. There we go. And because we are carrying all this stuff, so let's turn off the personal carry, put it all back in logistics, and we'll let our robots finish building what they want to build. For now, what do I want to do? I want to keep feeding. Where to go? Lithium into the furnace. Actually, I want it to happen automatically. Okay, so we want to put down a red box there and a blue box there. And you are requesting in lithium. And you are going to run until we have a bunch of lithium plate. Strike size is 100, so I'm going to run until we have 400 lithium plate. I don't think we have anything else we need to do with lithium, right? Right. Used in fluoroketone. Oh, yeah, we're gonna regret using all of it. We'll build up to 50 lithium plate and stop. There we go. And let's let the robots take away all the stuff. Okay, you've picked up your load on Novice, and now you're headed to get these guys. So here's our current things that we want to pull from orbit. Not enough superconductor to fill a rocket. Okay, so. Hello, Fulgora. I know you're busy. Good Lord, what are we making here? Let's go turn off the stuff that's being produced in great quantities just because it needs to be from the scrap. Well, I'm glad we got a whole bunch of holmium. How are we making tungsten plate on Fulgora? Excuse me? I don't see it. We've been scrapping holmium. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it's trying to scrap. S is not set. Oh, good Lord. Somewhere I lost the combinator set S. It's trying to bring it all down to 0 stacks. Oh, good God. Oh, we're scrapping everything. Literally scrapping everything. U, S. I'm glad I remembered how this worked. Every one of these places where I have this. Okay, so here, this is the full thing. Let's fix it. Complete with the exception. Somehow I missed bits off to the right. Oh boy. And secondly, these guys well, that explains why some things are being scrapped. So basically all the stuff I was importing was on the chopping block. Now if we look at it, now look at this, much cleaner. But basically nothing right now needs to be scrapped. If we look at our quantities, do I still have that set up? Yes, I do. Look at this number of stacks of items. Well, we've done a really good job of reducing the amount of inventory we've got. I'll give it to it there. Oh, chamoy. But look at this. We've got no holmium coming out here. So that's the other thing, is the holmium was being picked up over there. Oh, good Lord. If we've got no holmium coming out here, then we've got no holmium being put in there. We need to have requesters here that grab holmium and put it on this line. In fact, all of these guys... I am going to put that there just to emphasize that I really, really want a lot of holmium out of here. Holmium ore. I'm going to get 200 holmium ore in that box. And we are going to just go wild here, and we're going to start getting holmium plate out again. So the only things we've been doing to make holmium, it's all been based on the occasional bit of holmium that comes across and happens to sneak past all of the inserters. Oh, and I figured out how I could do the quality here. So as long as I'm looking at this, what I can do is I can set this first batch to only pick up the normal stuff and use white inserters on that. And then actually divert anything that is higher quality, because this is not going to do anything of higher quality. So we haven't got any higher quality coming in yet. It's a good thing, because it wouldn't be handled. But we have to divert our higher quality off to a separate sorting area. I am thinking we have only one batch of these. Let me see if I can set that up. First of all, how many white stack inserters do I have here? 165. Okay. See, I'm bringing in tremendous numbers of stack inserters, and then I was scrapping them. Barb. See what happens when you don't monitor what's going on with your automated equipment? Okay, so Mark II interplanets, by the way. I believe you're still pause thrust. I haven't actually sent you off on your way. Are you ready to go? Your lights are bright. Your LEDs are on. I just need to clip your edges off so you're narrow. And I'm going to let you go. You're all ready to go. You're at novice. Boom. So you're just... you never make rockets anyway. There we go. And I need to seed the engines with a little bit of fuel. How come we haven't made any fuel? We don't have any water. Oh. There we go. And the engine sputtered to life. Question is, can I make fuel faster than I use it? These guys are making, per minute, hideously large amounts of fuel. 195 per second. We're bringing in 120 per second. That's good. So you're cruising between the planets at your 160 to 180 per minute. I'm going to follow you a little bit here. So if I make several of these, what I want to do is I want to make sure that they don't all end up arriving at the same time all the time. I'm not sure how to do that. You are stopped. You are waiting on grabbing some of this stuff. Available on planet. Available on planet. Okay. So those are good. We are still slowly finishing up here. We are waiting for Holmium Plate and superconductors. You are waiting on Holmium Plate. So with that done, okay, we now have Holmium. I like what this looks like on the stacked stuff. We are making Holmium fluid like crazy. Can I double my Holmium plate production? Go all the way out to here. Okay. So P. Let's look at our Holmium. So over the last 10 hours, Holmium ore has been produced in extremely high quantities. That dropped off when I stopped recycling everything that I had on hand. And Holmium plate production just went up to where it should be. I am a little worried that our Holmium plate production is entirely contingent on scrapping things. Holmium ore production, that is. Do we have any more Holmium? Okay, so we have 1322 in storage. So it's not going to be scrapping it. Good. We are currently stopped because we have enough of everything. Enough includes Holmium ore. So here's our onesies. We're dot producting it, so this is the quantities of each that we have. So we have 1.3 Holmium ore, 1.3K. I should have commented these. Pick out stock quantities or just the items we get from scrap, recycling, and recycling recursively. Okay, there's that. Your output goes to here. We're then going to say, well, red is greater than green, count. So the red is compare actual desired inventory levels on red versus actual inventory levels on green. Put T, the count of all of which is how many signals the inventory is, for which the desired level is greater. Items we do not have enough of. So Holmium, we want 500, we've got 1.3K. Okay. This guy is taking in 10 times the output multiplied by stack size. This is compute the desired stock levels based on the red wire with number of stacks of item and the green wire items per stack for each item. So we're saying we want 10 stacks of everything. If we have 10 stacks of everything, we're going to freeze things up. Compute stack sizes for all desired inventory items. Okay, this guy does the comparison. It shows us what it is. So again, we are basically scrapping so that we can get more brick. Now, we kind of solved that earlier by saying if we have more stone than brick, then cook the stone. We apparently have enough stone. But we're not getting enough brick out of it. These guys, if brick is less than 5,000 and stone is greater than 5,000, well, that's no good. 5,000 is not our number. Actually, if brick is less than 600 and stone is greater than 600. There. I don't like the fact that we keep running short on brick. What are we using brick for? What is it that's growing in the inventory? Are we building an infinite number of anything? These guys are stopped because they're waiting for refined concrete. Oh, I've probably got... Here it is. Refined concrete. You want concrete. Okay, so there's... Okay, all of these guys, where we are sending out outputs from the sorter, we need to also have it take from here. Okay. So let's grab this. Item. And this is going to be a formula. I'm going to do 4 stacks here. Okay, yeah, Fulgora has problems. Come on. These guys are buffer chests, which means they cannot take from here. I think I need to change these primary lines to just be buffer chests. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll fix it. That will allow my desired stuff to work properly. So I put you in there. That will allow buffer chests to pull from this chest. Logistic filters. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. These don't even need to be buffer chests. These need to be red chests. That's easy. We're going to still use buffer chests for the increased quality items. But by making these red chests, that makes all of that available now. Yes. Much better. And that means that what I did here with the holmium is not needed. Now I could use stack inserters all over on here. I'm not sure that would help. So if I put one of these down here, what happens? Okay, you can still filter. If I set this now back to that, this means that any quality would go by. Well, that's acceptable to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the first 18, which only needs to be the first 12 here. Yeah, it's the first 12 out of the 24 are going to be these guys. So pick that up. There's the item. Create blueprint. Okay, so this is solid fuel. This is concrete. How many times have we gone through this list? This is ice. My new best friend, ice. Steel. Batteries. Stone. Advanced circuits. Copper cable. Blue chips. LDS. And holmium. Okay, so these inserters are going to pick up stacks of the base quality of each item. So this is kind of optimized for us not getting a lot of higher quality scrap. But even if I put quality modules in my miners, I am thinking that the amount of higher quality scrap we get is still a fraction. So I think this is still a good optimization. Let's grab this whole thing. I'm just going to make sure that it's the same exact thing on all of them. Now this makes it even less probable that anything is going to slip by. But now it does mean that robots are going to be moving all of it over into here. So what I really want to do is I want to modify all of these so that they're requesting it in directly rather than bringing it in here. This is going to go away because this becomes our new main sorter. The other thing I can do is when these are picking up, I can put a conditional on them that says if we don't have, if we have less than the absolute maximum in stock, then put it in. If putting this hand load in would overload us, then let it stay on the belt, and then I would have this belt just go to another set of recyclers. I think that's for future. How are we doing for bots? We've got enough bots to do it this way for now. And we have probably enough power to do it this way for now. Okay. But yeah, we're going to start using requester chests down here instead. Eventually I want this to go away because that doesn't generalize to more quality levels. I will need secondary smelting of things. This is only the first 12. All of these guys that are down here. Yeah, basically any of these that turn out real ingredients from scrapping stuff in here, I'm going to need to have operational. That may be on a product by product basis, I don't know. Anyway, these guys are now running. I expect to see about 100 Holmium solution per second. Let's put it on per minute, so almost 6,000 Holmium solution. Fluids. We're running about 6,000. Okay, that's good. These guys, if allowed to run, would use up 10.6K. So really, yeah, my doubling of this array was unnecessary. And I think this box over here is also unnecessary. $5,400. You are turning out 59. Okay, so this will leave a little bit of holmium that we don't turn into plate. That's fine. There's other people using the holmium. That's fine. So right now, these are capable of using up 100 holmium ore per minute. How many am I actually producing? So the last 10 minutes. We have stopped producing holmium ore. Ah, we stopped scrapping because we have enough of each thing. Okay. I will accept that. This says red greater than green, count of signals. This says red greater than green, output the signal, so nobody is greater. I could raise our wants from 10 stacks to 20. Well, how are we doing here? I think at this point, yeah, we have filled in these. I think we're actually doing good. When we are doing holmium, we're bringing out about 100 to 150 a minute. If I look at this, per minute, these guys could turn out 432 if they were running scrap 100%. Okay, well, that makes sense. I was trying to think about whether I wanted to make this a bigger array. I think this is what we're going to get. I think the problem is that Holmium Plate is just kind of an expensive thing. So when are we peeling it? This gets it if it backs up, and this gets access to half of our Holmium. I'm tempted to speed module these, except we don't actually, well, $16.92, $16.80. Yeah, we're processing it slightly faster. Oh, got none coming in anyway. What am I thinking? I'm not processing it very fast at all. I could speed module these. It wouldn't be a bad idea. See what this does to our numbers. Okay, so we are now able to produce more Holmium solution than we are currently using. We are now able to process more solution than is being produced. These are capable of turning out 990 per minute. Okay. Let's take a look at this. So my speed modules pop that way up to there. Probably because we're producing more Holmium fluid and we're making more of these from the fluid. We didn't also increase the load from the other guys that are using Holmium. I will accept that. We are still not actually sending out any Holmium Plate. Who is requesting in Holmium? Aquilo. These guys. You know, getting Holmium Plate exported from Fulgora is a pain in the tail. I think now I just have to wait until everything stabilizes, until everybody has all of their electromagnetic plants that they want, and everybody has built everything they want, and we've stopped research, so we're not going to consume it for research. So I am going to let this run, and that's going to be it for this recording. I will see you in the next one.